Hello everyone, I'm Prasad from Structural Guide. Today we are going to discuss about types of foundations. There are different types are there. So we are looking into the basic type of the foundation we make day to day design and constructions. Foundations can be divided into two segments: shallow foundation and deep foundations. So let's see each of the type in detail. I will be uh, give you a brief description or introduction about the foundation types. Let's start with the shallow foundations. The first one, this shallow foundations. There are several type of shallow foundations depending on your loading and the ground conditions. We decide we select the different type of foundations. The first type is the pad footings. This is the most simplest type of foundation we make day-to-day constructions, especially in small buildings, small structures. We use shallow foundations. It's a kind of a smaller footing like this. So we have a column in the center mostly, but this can be changed. Sometimes this column can be at the edges as well. So this is basically a shallow foundation, and there are different combinations when it comes to the shallow foundations. So this is the first one. Then second type is the combined footings. When there are two columns connected together, we call it combined footings. So there may be two columns like this in this combined footings. So this is combined footing. This combined footing may also have a different arrangement, like now here you can see the columns are in the middle, but one column may be at somewhere here. This is also possible. This is also kind of a combined footing. This is combined. Third one is the strip footing. When you have the load increases or the ground condition weaken, or when your columns are located very close by, then we use strip footings. The strip footings like this. So you have several columns in a strip footing. Two or more columns can be seen in a strip footing. So these are the columns. So here you may have a column at edge, or you may have a column at somewhere here. It's not necessary, but due to some limitations. So let's say that you are building, you have to construct, you have to go up to the boundary. So is your boundary, so you can't extend the footing. You can't put this type of column when you're at the boundary, because you can't extend to the foundation to the other land. So in those kind of situations, you may have to put the column at the edge. So this can be designed. So basically these are the main three types of the foundation. In addition to that, this can be further combined. Now this is, as you can see, one column, two column, maybe several columns. These are combinations. When you see number of columns are increasing. So other one is the raft foundation. In a raft foundation, you have a flat plate like this. So you might have several columns in a line. So you may build your building on raft foundation like this. So this actually, how do you select these foundations? So small buildings, we mostly go with this shallow foundation, those individual pad footing, spread footing we call this. Smaller footing, or mainly this can be large actually depending on your loads, but when you have good bearing capacity and all that, you can go with this. When your loads are increasing, or when your columns are close by, you might go with this. Then you have a low bearing capacity sometimes, then you have to have a compared to larger area of the footings. Then that case also we put the strip footing. Here when you have a higher load, you need to, you might not be able to put a single footing like this, because now when you put the single footings like this, your footing, when your column load increases, it will goes larger like this. So this overlaps. Therefore you can't put a single footing or strip footing. In that case, you go for the raft foundations. So that's it about the shallow foundations. These are the main types mainly we made. There are other types as well, but basically these are the main types. So other type of the foundation that we are going to discuss today is deep foundations. So deep foundations. What's deep foundations? Now in a shallow foundations, their footings are placed at a shallower depth. But when it comes to deep foundation, we put footings at the deeper level. What do you mean by deeper level? Now your ground here, so your footing shallow foundation will be somewhere here. It's very close by. Okay, maybe 3 to 4 meter maximum, but generally around 3 or less. Most of the time shallow foundations, mostly we kept around 1 meter, 1.5 meter range. We put the shallow foundations. When it comes to deep foundations, deep foundations deep foundations are called pile foundations. Mostly you say this is your surface, this is your pile. Okay, this is your bedrock level. You go up to the bedrock level most of the key. There are two mainly types. Now concrete piles, cast in situ board piles are there. So cast in situ board piles, you put you socket into the rock, because this area is circular, this area is smaller. Your bearing will be taken by the friction on the either side, and this bearing pressure here, and also if you have a good soil layers, the friction generated on the pipe. These are the things you consider in the board files, cast into board file. This is a basic type of the foundation, and in addition to that, you can see the precast piles. They are like this. They might not go into the bedrock level, but they rest on a very hard layers. Okay, they rest on a very hard layer, so you have a friction. You have adequate friction here, and the end bearing. These are the two parameters we met with the foundations, the foundation. So these are this is skin friction, then this end bearing. These are the two things that we use for the design. Basically these are the two type of the foundation. There are steel or micro piles as well. This also similar way you can have. In addition to that, there will be a diaphragm boards. Diaphragm boards are similar type of thing as a pile. So what you can see in the diaphragm boards there, let's say this is your ground level, and your wall, we will construct a wall like thing like this. This is a diaphragm wall. This maybe go up to the even beyond the rock level. This is a say rock level. Beyond the rock level you might go. These are deep. When you construct deep basements, you have a diaphragm wall. So this is a kind of a foundations when you have a deep because in that cases, in such a situations, you might need not to construct retaining wall. Once you construct the diaphragm wall, it's a rock level, so whatever the basement level you can generate here. Okay, that's also there. So these are the things that I want to discuss with you. This is a kind of a introductory video on the foundation types. Mainly we have a shallow foundations and then deep foundations. So different type of deep foundations I was discussed with you. I hope it's clear to you on the type of foundation. We will discuss more types of foundations in detail on these each type of foundations in a separate videos. Thank you very much for joining with us today.